The 5 Kings of the Equine World: History, Power, and Legacy. Have you ever stood in front of a 1,200-pound animal and felt an inexplicable mix of fear and deep admiration? They say the dog is man's best friend. But the horse is something different. The horse is the partner that allowed us to conquer the world. Upon their backs, empires were built, wars were won, fields were plowed to feed us for millennia, and the vast distances that separated humanity were finally bridged. Today we no longer need horses to survive or to commute to the city. We have tractors, we have 4x4 trucks, and we have technology. And yet, the fascination remains untouched. The dream of owning a farm is never truly complete without the silhouette of a horse grazing at sunset. But be careful, not all horses are created equal. The number one mistake a novice makes is buying a horse just for its color, or because they saw it in a movie, only to discover they have a nervous animal in their barn that is useless for work, or a gentle giant that eats more than 3 cows combined. Today, we are going to take an epic journey through history and genetics. We have selected the 5 undisputed kings of the equine species, 5 breeds that represent the pinnacle of human selective breeding. From the inexhaustible endurance of the desert to the raw brute force of the French fields, from the elegance of the kings of Spain to the explosive speed of the American cowboys. If you are thinking about buying your first horse, or if you simply love these noble creatures, this is the definitive guide. Get ready to meet the 5 breeds that everyone dreams of owning. Let's begin. Number 5. The Arabian, the origin of everything. To start our list, we have to go back to the beginning. We have to travel thousands of years back, to the unforgiving deserts of the Middle East. Here, under a scorching sun and across infinite dunes, the Bedouin tribes forged a legend, the Arabian horse. This is not just another breed. This is the genetic father of almost every modern light horse breed we know today. If you see a fast, athletic horse, it is almost certain that it carries Arabian blood in its veins. Physically, the Arabian is unmistakable. It is nature's work of art. It has what we call a refined head, with a dished profile, large dark eyes set wide apart, and nostrils that flare enormously to capture oxygen. It carries its tail high, like a flag of pride, but do not let its delicate, porcelain-like appearance fool you. Pound for pound, this is the toughest horse on the planet. Evolution in the desert designed it for extreme efficiency. Its skin is thin to dissipate heat, its bones are dense like ivory, and its cardiovascular capacity is superior to any other equine. In fact, anatomically, they are distinct. Many Arabian bloodlines have 1 less rib, 1 less lumbar vertebra, and 1 less tailbone than other horses. This gives them a short, strong back, perfect for carrying weight over long distances without tiring. Who is this horse for today? The Arabian is not for the cowboy who needs to wrestle a 1,500-pound bull. It is for the rider who seeks endurance and a deep bond. They are the absolute kings of endurance riding, where they run 100 miles in a single day. But there is a myth we must break. People say they are crazy or hyperactive. False. The Arabian is intelligent and sensitive. The Bedouins raised them inside their tents, sleeping right next to their children. A horse that hurt a human was eliminated from the gene pool. That is why the Arabian craves human connection. If you treat it with respect, it will follow you to the ends of the earth. If you treat it with violence, it will defend itself, because it does not accept mistreatment. It is a horse for someone who wants a loyal, long-lived partner with a beauty that stops traffic. Number 4. The Percheron, the living tractor. From the heat of the desert, we jump to the green, wet fields of Normandy in France. Here, the need was not speed, but brute force. They needed an animal capable of moving the world. And so, the Percheron was born. When you see a Percheron for the first time, the scale hits you. We are talking about animals that can easily exceed 2,000 pounds and stand over 18 hands tall. They are true mountains of muscle. Originally, they were war horses in the Middle Ages, designed to carry knights in heavy armor. But when warfare changed, they became the engine of European and American agriculture. Before John Deere or Ford built tractors, the Percheron was the tractor. It plowed the fields, moved logs in the forests, and pulled heavy freight wagons in the cities. What makes the Percheron special, unlike other draft breeds, is its agility and clean blood. Despite being giants, they have an injection of Arabian blood in their ancient history, which gives them a light, elegant gait that other clumsy or heavy breeds lack. They can trot with energy and style. You will generally see them in 2 colors, jet black or that spectacular dapple gray that turns white with age. Is it profitable to own a Percheron today? Surprisingly, yes. Although we no longer plow with them out of necessity, the Percheron is experiencing a renaissance in ecotourism and organic farming. A team of Percherons does not compact the soil like a 5-ton tractor, does not burn diesel, and produces fertilizer. Furthermore, their temperament is their greatest asset. They are known as the gentle giants. They are incredibly docile, calm, and patient. You can put a child next to them, with supervision of course, and the animal will be careful not to step on them. If you have a farm and want an animal that can drag a fallen tree, pull a carriage for weddings, or simply be the most impressive pet in the neighborhood, the Percheron is the power choice. Just prepare your wallet for the feed bill, because maintaining this biological engine requires a lot of fuel. Number 3. The Andalusian, the horse of kings. Now we get serious and dress up. We enter the territory of nobility, art, and history. We are talking about the Pura Raza Española, also historically known as the Andalusian horse. If the Arabian is endurance and the Percheron is strength, the Spaniard is beauty and elevation. For centuries, this was the gift that the kings of Spain sent to other European monarchs to gain favor. It is the horse you see in classic paintings of kings and generals, a thick, arched neck, long wavy manes, a convex profile, and a gaze of absolute nobility. Its physical conformation is designed for collection. This means it can tuck its hind legs under its body and lift its front end with astonishing ease, performing high school movements like the piaffe, trotting in place, the Spanish walk, or the levade. It is a visual spectacle, but its importance goes beyond Spain. When the conquistadors arrived in the Americas, they brought these horses. The PRE is the grandfather of the wild Mustang, the Criollo horse across Latin America, the Azteca in Mexico, and the Paso Fino. The equine genetics of an entire continent owe their existence to this animal. The Andalusian is for those who value aesthetics and a balanced temperament. Unlike modern sport horses that are sometimes very hot and difficult, the Spaniard has a very level head. It is brave. It was used for bullfighting, facing charging bulls without losing its nerve, but obedient. Today, it is the star of the cinema. When you see a Hollywood movie like Lord of the Rings or Gladiator, and the hero rides out on a spectacular white horse galloping in slow motion, it is almost always a PRE. It is the fantasy horse made real. Owning one on your farm is holding a piece of living history that is also extremely comfortable to ride due to the smoothness of its movements. Number 2. The Friesian, the Black Pearl. If the Spaniard is the horse of kings, the Friesian is the horse of dark cinematic dreams. Originating from the province of Friesland in the Netherlands, this breed has exploded in popularity over the last 20 years thanks to its striking visual appearance. The Friesian has a golden rule: it can only be black. There are no white Friesians, no brown ones, no spots. They must be black as night. Additionally, they have unique characteristics: incredibly long and thick manes and tails, often wavy, and feathers, long hair on their legs that cover their hooves when galloping. Watching a Friesian in movement is hypnotic. They have a very high, dramatic knee action, inherited from their past as luxury carriage horses. They seem to float or march with power. It is, without a doubt, the most photogenic breed in the world. However, we must speak the truth. The Friesian is a high-maintenance horse. That beauty comes at a price. Historically, the breed almost went extinct several times, which forced high inbreeding to save it. This makes them more prone to certain health issues, and their life expectancy is sometimes a bit shorter than other rustic breeds. Plus, that long hair on the legs requires constant care to avoid fungus or moisture issues in tropical climates. Who is the Friesian for? It is for the lover of pure beauty. It is not a horse for working cattle in the mud, nor for jumping Olympic obstacles, nor for racing. It is a horse for classical dressage, for driving elegant carriages, and above all, for visual enjoyment. Riding a Friesian feels powerful. Its trot is elevated and makes you feel like you are riding a medieval war machine. If you are willing to care for it like a collector's car, the Friesian will give you an aesthetic satisfaction that no other breed can match. Number 1. The American Quarter Horse, the king of versatility. And finally, we arrive at number 1. The breed that, by sheer numbers, dominates the Western world. The horse that built the American West, and today powers the ranching industry across the entire continent, the American Quarter Horse. If the Friesian is a luxury car and the Percheron is a tractor, the Quarter Horse is the brand new 4x4 pickup truck. It does everything, and it does everything well. Its name comes from its explosive speed. Over short distances, a quarter of a mile, this horse is faster than a thoroughbred racehorse. It has massive hindquarters, like a bodybuilder, allowing it to launch like a rocket from a standstill. But its speed isn't its best quality. Its true magic is cow sense. This breed has a unique genetic instinct to read and control cattle. A good quarter horse can anticipate where a cow is going to move and cut it off, almost without the rider asking. It is a working intelligence that cannot be taught. They are born with it. They are compact, strong horses with a low center of gravity, allowing them to turn and stop on a dime, and most importantly, they have a bomb-proof temperament. A quarter horse is usually calm, stoic, and relaxed. It can go from standing still dozing to galloping at 45 miles per hour in a second, and then go back to total calm. Why is it number 1? Because of its versatility and availability. It is the perfect horse for the real farm. It is good for checking fences, good for working cattle, good for kids to learn to ride on weekends, and good for competing in rodeos, barrel racing, or roping. Plus, they come in every color imaginable: sorrel, bay, palomino, roan, black. It is the most popular breed in the world for a reason. It is the ultimate tool of the outdoorsman. It lacks the arrogance of the Arabian, or the delicacy of the Friesian. It has the honesty of the tireless worker. From Texas to Argentina, the quarter horse and its crosses is the undisputed king of the plains and ranches. There you have them. The 5 breeds that define the relationship between human and horse. The Arabian, the resistant and loyal father who gave us speed. The Percheron, the gentle giant who built our agriculture with his strength. The Andalusian, the nobility and art made animal that conquered continents. The Friesian, the black dream of elegance and fantasy. And the quarter horse, the versatile co-worker who never lets you down. Choosing one is almost impossible, because each one fulfills a different dream. If you seek hard work, go for the quarter horse. If you seek art, go for the Spaniard. If you seek a friend to travel miles with, go for the Arabian. But the truth is, regardless of the breed, as the old saying goes, there is nothing better for the inside of a man than the outside of a horse. And now it's your turn to choose. I want you to leave me a comment below. If you had the money and the space to have only one of these 5 in your barn tomorrow, which one would you choose and why? Are you on the team of brute force or explosive speed? Subscribe to the channel if you love the country life and hit like if you learned something new about these incredible animals. See you in the next video. To your success, fellow breeder. Until next time.